There's that music again. Welcome back to Shiloh Creek, little ones. And if it's your very first morning down here by the water, come tuck in close beside me. There's room for everybody.
Old timber, old timber. It's show and tell morning. Everybody's doing a show. I'm gonna show how loud I can be quiet. Wait, that's not... Okay, I'll work on it.
Ha! There's Bongo, big as the morning. Yes, little bear, it's show and tell morning, all right. Everyone's getting ready to show the whole creek their very best thing. Go on, get your show sorted. I'll be right here. Now let me ask you something, little ones. There's a part of you everybody can see, the part that does the show, that gets the clapping. And there's a part nobody sees at all, the part that does a kind thing when no one's looking. Which one do you suppose counts the most? Here's a thing to hold on to. Other folks see the outside of you, the sparkle, the show, but God sees the inside. So I'll tell you of the grandest show this creek ever had. No prize, no clapping, nobody ever saw it. The best of the lot. The Bible's got a fine line about it. We'll come to it by the water. Now this happened on a bright, busy morning, the kind where everybody's got somewhere to be. The whole creek was getting ready for show and tell, and high in the willow, in a cape he'd made himself out of leaves and shine, sat Garingo the parrot. He spread his wings, and he called down to the gathering crowd.
Behold, gather, good creatures of Shiloh Creek, for this morning you shall witness the grandest act these reeds have ever beheld, the great Garingo, with a cape and a drum roll of my own design.
Garingo, you're the only one with a cape, and you announced your own drum roll.
A drum roll worth announcing, Shelley, and the cape is the point. A show without a cape is merely a conversation. Today, the creek shall remember the name Garingo. I have spelled it out in dewdrops on the big leaf. It sparkles.
Ooh, a name in dewdrops? How long does that last? Dew dries right up. You've got an hour and a half tops, before your whole name is just air. That's a time-limited brand, Garingo. You need a backup. Have you thought about mud? Mud lasts.
A name in mud, Zippy? The great Garingo does not do mud. Then they shall remember the dewdrops faster, and love me for the brevity. Greatness should never overstay. Now, where is my drumroll fellow? A great Garingo cannot simply walk onto a stage. He must arrive.
Ooh, can I be the drumroll fellow? I can do a drumroll on my tummy. Watch. Wait, that's not a drumroll. That's just me patting my tummy. It's still pretty good, though.
You are hired, Bongo. A tummy drumroll is inspired. The crowd shall never see it coming. This is going to be the greatest morning of my life.
Okay, so the lineup is wild. Bongo's doing his quiet thing. I'm doing a 40-part talk on the zoom of my own wings. The mud puppies wouldn't say theirs, which is honestly very suspicious. And Garingo's closing the whole show. It's stacked. Who's gonna win?
Zippy, it's a show and tell. Nobody wins a show and tell.
Somebody always wins, Shelley. It is simply that the rest don't know it's me yet.
Your show's going to be wonderful, Garingo. I can't watch the start, though. I set my seed jars out on the drying rack by the reeds, and I have to go help backstage. Somebody's got to pull the curtain for everybody.
I'll watch your jars, Fern. No, wait, I'm in the show. I'm gonna show my quiet thing. It's not going great. Can a thing be a show if it doesn't work yet?
Our act is a secret.
We will not be telling anyone. It's 3 frogs, standing on each other, in a hat. Forget we said that. You heard nothing.
A hat? 3 frogs in a hat? That is truly magnificent, and I am furious I didn't think of it. No matter, the great Garingo needs no hat. The great Garingo is the hat.
How is a parrot a hat? Are you gonna stand on the frogs? Wait, am I in the hat? I want to be in the hat.
They'll be fine on the rack, Bongo. The wind's gentle today. Go on, do your show. I'll see everybody's after mine.
Go, gentle fern, to your curtain, and the rest of you, to your seats. For when the drum roll falls, the great Garingo shall step into the light, and this morning shall belong to me.
Okay, everybody. Places, places. Bongle, you're on tummy. Frogs, you're on hat. I'm narrating my own wings. This is going to be the best show and tell ever. Probably. Unless something goes wrong. Nothing's going to go wrong. Why'd I say that?
Now, as the crowd took their seats, Garingo hurried down the back way, cape streaming. And that's when he came around the reeds and stopped. Fern's drying rack tipped over into the wet, every jar spilled. A gust had caught it while she was away. No one saw it fall.
Oh, Fern's seeds, all of them spilled in the wet, and rain coming, I can smell it. My show, my drum roll, my name in dewdrops, about to start without me. But if I leave these jars, they wash away a whole season of seeds, gone. And not a soul here. Nobody would ever know which I chose.
And here we go, everybody. Take your seats, take your seats. The Shiloh Creek Show and Tell starts now.
A great Garingo cannot be in 2 places at once, not even a great one. And it isn't really a choice at all, is it? Not when you put it plainly. Well, the seeds it is, then. Quietly, Garingo. No flourish, no drum roll, no crowd. Just between me and God, then.
And so the great Garingo knelt in the mud, with no audience but the reeds, and lifted the jars back one by one. You know, little ones, this whole creek is fed by a spring nobody has ever seen, tucked under the hill. The most important part of a place is sometimes the part that never shows. Now, back at the stage, the drum roll rolled, the curtain pulled, and the spot where Garingo should have stepped into the light was empty. Then somebody called out, all in fun, "Well, look at that! Garingo's missed his own spectacular." And off in the reeds, Garingo heard every word carry across the water.
There it is. That's my name they're laughing at. The great Garingo, who missed his own grand morning. Keep lifting, Garingo. 1 jar, then the next one. There, and the next.
He set the very last jar back on the rack, just as the first fat drops began to fall. Every seed saved. And then the great Garingo walked back toward the gathering, late and soaked and empty-handed, to a show that was already over.
It's over. The whole thing. My grandest act, and I wasn't even there for it. Nobody clapped, nobody even saw. I always wanted them to see me. That's the whole reason I do the cape, and the drum roll, and the dewdrops. I like being seen. And Fern needed the help more than I needed the clapping. I know that. I'd do it again. So why does it still sting? Why does the quiet thing have to hurt a little?
Garingo, let me ask you one thing while it's quiet. Out there in the reeds, with the mud and the jars and not one soul watching, who were you being when nobody was looking?
The same fellow. The one who'd want a friend's seeds saved. There was no audience to perform for, so it was just me doing a real thing. And that's the part that was never for the clapping. That part was just for Fern, and God was the only one who saw it. And that's enough.
I saw you, Garingo, from the bank, just for a moment on my way past. I won't tell a soul, but the Reeds and I both know what kind of show that was.
Then keep it, Shelley, please. A show nobody saw. Let's leave it that way. Goodness, listen to me. The great Garingo, asking to stay out of the spotlight. Don't you dare tell anyone I said that either.
Wait, so the best show was the one nobody got to see? That's backwards. But also, kind of the best thing I ever heard? My brain feels funny. In a good way. Like when you find a snack you forgot you had.
It is a bit backwards, isn't it, little bear? You spend your whole life chasing the scene part. The cape, the clapping, the name in dewdrops. And the realest thing you do in the mud, where nobody sees but the reeds and the rain. And somehow that's worth more than all the rest. I felt it, right here.
Okay, but for the record, Garingo saved like 40 jars in one morning, solo, in the rain. That's a personal best. Can I at least put it in my notes? Nobody has to see the notes. It just feels wrong not to log it.
Zippy. That's the opposite of a secret.
Ooh, so does Garingo win the show and tell now for the secret show? Is there a prize for the show nobody saw?
No prize, Bongo. No trophy, no clapping. And you know, that's exactly how I want it. Goodness, I sounded almost humble just then. Quick, somebody, fan me. I've come over all modest.
Wait, no, I'm logging that one. Garingo, briefly humble. One time only, historic event. Nobody is ever gonna believe me.
I'm gonna tell everybody it was a secret. Wait, if I tell everybody it's not a secret. Shelley, my brain did the funny thing again.
Bongo. Just don't tell anybody. That's the whole job.
Wait, my jars. They're all here. Every single one back on the rack, safe and dry. Somebody set my whole rack right while I was backstage. In the rain. Who did this? Who saved all my seeds?
Doesn't matter who, gentle Fern. Just somebody.
Garingo. Your cape's all over mud. And you missed your whole show. You don't have to tell me. But thank you. Whoever you were being out there, thank you.
It was the best show I never gave, gentle Fern. And it's yours to keep, same as mine. Now, somebody fetch me a clean cape. I have a legend to repair and a tummy drummer to thank.
Here's the thing about this morning, friends. The biggest show wasn't on the stage. It was out in the reeds, where nobody clapped. A kind thing doesn't need anyone watching to be real. It's real because somebody meant it. That's the whole of it.
So you can do a really good thing and nobody sees, and it still counts. I'm gonna do a secret kind thing this week. Oops, said it out loud. Okay, a different secret kind thing. I won't even know which one it was. That's how secret it'll be.
Okay, see, this I get now. You don't do the kind thing for the clapping. The clapping's just a bonus. I'm not gonna log it. I'm really not. It's gonna be so hard not to log it.
You found it your own selves. Here's the line I promised. From the Bible, a book called 1 Samuel, Chapter 16, verse 7. Long ago, Samuel looked for a king and saw the tall, strong brothers first. But God looked past the outside and chose the youngest, a shepherd boy nobody thought to call in. Listen. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Now, that's a beautiful way of telling a true thing. People see your outside, the sparkle, the clapping. But God sees the inside, what your heart does when nobody's watching. So a kind thing doesn't need an audience to be real. Do the quiet, good thing. Don't announce it. God sees it the whole time. And now, a true thing told grandly. Professor Hoot's totally true facts.
Professor Hoot here, with a fact completely true. There is a rock called a geode. On the outside, most look like a plain gray lump. You'd walk right past one. But crack it open, and inside it's hollow and lined with glittering crystals, like a little cave of jewels. A geode hides its sparkle inside.
A toad? There's a rock that's secretly a toad? Is it a nice toad? Does it hop?
Not a toad, young bear. A geode. Geode. A rock, plain as porridge outside, secretly splendid within. And that, children, is a fine word to carry. Geode, a humble stone keeping all its treasure where you cannot see it. A most excellent rock. Good day to you.
And before we go, 3 frogs, one enormous question. The Mud Puppy Minutes.
Today on Mud Puppy Minutes. Big question, easy answer, we know it cold. How can you tell who's the kindest creature at the creek? Simple. You look. Go.
Easy. The kindest one is the shiniest one. The more you sparkle, the kinder you are. That's just science. A wet pebble is nicer than a dry pebble. We worked it out. Shiny equals kind. Done.
And also, no wait, you can't see kind at all. It's not on the outside. Kind is when somebody does a nice thing. Even the boring, quiet ones nobody's looking at. A dull little frog could be the kindest one here, and you'd never know by looking.
Wait, Splash. You can't see kind. You're right. So shiny is not the same as kind.
Oh no, too sensible. Take it all back. A thing you can't see? That's no good to a frog. Mud puppies, we have solved it. The kindest creature is the shiniest one. The end. We're still the smartest. No notes.
Now Splash had it right before they talked themselves out of it. You cannot tell a kind heart by how shiny somebody is. The muddiest creature can be the kindest at the creek. Kindness isn't the sparkle outside, it's the quiet thing the heart does where nobody's watching. So don't look for the shine. Look for the one doing quiet good in the reeds.
Friends, tomorrow I shall return to the stage, cape and all. The great Garingo does love a show, but I find I rather liked the one nobody saw. Don't expect me to make a habit of being quiet. A little one, though, now and then.
Whoever saved my seeds, thank you. I think they know who they are. And I think that's enough.
So that's the morning the grandest show at Shiloh Creek was one nobody ever saw. So remember, little ones, do the quiet, kind thing and don't go looking for the clapping. What matters most is what your heart chooses when nobody's watching. God sees it, that's plenty. Until the next breeze brings us together, my friends.
See you next time, somewhere in Shiloh Creek.